Murray and Reeves. Difference of 2 seconds, the game clock and the shot clock.
Worst case scenario, we're going to overtime.
Jokic a screen, Murray to try to break the tie.
No timeout by the Lakers, they got to go.
James, a bump, a feed, a Prince shot, no! Zeros on the clock, the Nuggets advance. They have won, and the defense of their championship title is alive and well.
What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. This your man Mo. Cameraman Hill in the building.
Yo, new setup, yo.
Got my man peeing online. Fellas, we got a new setup. A lot more comfortable. Want to start off WNBA. Caitlin Clark made her preseason WNBA debut against the Dallas Wings. Had 21 points, 2 assists, I think 5 rebounds, and also 5 turnovers. Indiana Fever lost by 3. And I know I'm going to mispronounce this sister's name. Agumake? Yeah. She whatchamacallit, she scored the game-winning three-pointer to set the Dallas Wings over the top. Did you guys get to see any of that? What? Well, I mean,
Portions of it? I mean, is that the same Agumake that's on ESPN, or is that the sister?
Oh, no. Matter of fact, I got the wrong. Aguma Kawali.
Oh, okay.
And I'm so sorry. I butchered that name.
She's actually she's a bucket. You know what I mean? I didn't watch the game. I didn't sit here and tell you I did, but I saw the highlights. But just from like last year, she's like on the radar. Like,
yeah,
she's a bucket. But I think she's Nigerian also.
Yeah.
How much did she give last night?
I think she had like 19.
Yeah.
And that's like low. I think she might have even
this. She's, to P's point, she's a bucket.
And it made me think when I saw her. Caitlin Clark is going to be good for it's just then. Caitlin Clark's going to be good for the WNBA no matter what. Because I feel like the players, it depends how you look at it. Like if you're just going to hate on her, then you're missing the point. But someone like that Dallas player, that's going to bring light to her. It's just going to be more eyes on her. I think it's going to be like a Cardoza, Angel Reese situation where beating her, it sounds like, but beating Caitlin Clark is going to raise your profile.
Yeah.
So you should look at it like, okay, this is the rookie everybody's looking at. All right, I'm going to steal her shine, you know.
Hell.
Was this preseason or regular season?
Preseason.
Regular season starts when? 14, 15?
May 14th.
May 14th. All right, so we kept saying like she scored her very first basket, I guess WNBA
basket, yeah.
I usually like to count it when would that go to her point total in the end? Preseason? No, I don't.
Right,
so her first basket won't be until May, really, right?
We're in May.
14th.
May 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just want to check. I'm gonna wait for the real thing.
Okay.
This is a practice scrimmage where I guess everyone gets shots up. For me, I'm not too impressed like everyone else just to see Caitlin Clark at any given moment. I think that's what it was last night.
Well, I'm gonna get to you. I really feel like, hey,
it's a preseason game.
It's basketball, you know? And it's quality basketball at that. Come on, man.
I'm sorry I missed it. You saw the whole game?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see the whole game either. You saw it.
That's sort of hot, bro. Kyrie and Luka.
That's what I'm saying. Like that.
Hey, the NBA playoffs takes precedent over any sporting event. You know.
I don't know their relevancy until June for me.
When is I gotta look at the Olympic schedule.
Are you even going to the Olympics? I mean, we got the basketball, we got the NBA Finals. Like, realistically, you might want to see Game 1.
Wow. Okay.
And then going to the season after the NBA Finals, the playoffs and NBA Finals are over.
But you still get your daughter, taking your daughter to the Liberty game.
I am.
I hope. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
That's one game.
Yeah. All right. Gotta know when they play. You know.
That would help, right? Yeah, no.
That's it. All right, let's move on to the NBA.
Real deal.
We got some teams. Wow, see the disrespect, man. Wow, I'm gonna get you to invest in the WNBA, man. But going on to the NBA, we got some teams that went fishing, have gone fishing. Just want to talk about what are their next moves. Let's start out west. Both LA teams. The Lakers have started on their journey to change things up. They fired second-year coach Darvin Ham. He's no longer with them.
And the staff.
Yeah.
Clean house. I'm with you.
What's that for?
Look, when Vogel got fired, right, he was a championship coach, right? So you're telling me, I guess, they won because of LeBron and AD and not the coach. So I need consistency. So now that they lose, to the Nuggets, they won one game out of 9.
I don't even think they won.
No, they did. They got one.
Oh, yeah.
That's not on them. Now
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
on
you
them.
can't have it both ways. When they win, it's them. When they lose, it's the coach. You know what I mean? Like, so, okay, Darvin Ham's not there.
I thought it was the easiest fix for them to do. I don't know why. It's just a cheap cop out.
Yeah. I think it's just like and Rob Pelinka does have some equity because he did win the bubble chip, but I think, we know the game by now. The GMs say, well, we underachieved before they start looking at me. You got to throw the coach overboard.
But it's the same man that motivated them for the mid-season tournament that they won.
Right, which I said was mean.
Right, no, you nailed it. But if he was good enough to get him motivated for that, then why get rid of him now?
I think it's just for your fan base. Hey, we're making changes. This is unacceptable. Okay, but are you? Because you got the same team. But we'll see. We'll see.
That team is going to be forever flawed until his.
You're so consistent with
until his tenure is over. Until LeBron James is gone, that team is forever going to feel the force of him running that organization.
Now there are rumors that they're possibly targeting Coach Ty Lue for the job. There are rumors that J.J. Redick could be a possible target as well. There are also rumors along the player front that they're looking at a possible Trae Young trade as well.
All three of them I can't see happening. I can't see the Clippers letting go Ty Lue. He's probably one of the top 3 coaches in the league. J.J. Redick, cerebral basketball mind, with what coaching experience? I mean, they do it with other people. I think it should fall suit with J.J. Redick. And as for Trae Young, is LeBron still going to be there?
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, Trae Young is, to me, it's going to be the same de facto position of D'Lo. D'Lo could run the team.
I was gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they have him because
Yeah.
if you put Trae Young's a little bit better, but if you remember D'Lo in Brooklyn when he was an all-star and put up numbers, I think when you put Trae Young in this Lakers situation, his numbers are going to go down, and he's basically going to be like maybe a little bit better D'Lo.
Maybe.
I said this over the summer. They missed the boat when they didn't get Kyrie.
That was it. Plain and simple. Someone who actually could pretty much look LeBron in the eye and say, so what? He needs someone to stand up to him and say, I feel like I'm better than you.
And I think in that case, LeBron would say, here. You know what I mean? Because it's proven. If I give Kyrie the ball in the clutch, he's going to deliver.
Do you think that's the issue with the Lakers, that LeBron doesn't trust his other teammates enough or empower them enough?
I think the problem with the Lakers is that LeBron is mistake-free. If he has a bad defensive set, It's the other people. I've seen him olay defenses this whole year and pick his spots, pick his moments. His offensive numbers went up. I think his 3-point shot went up. But you might have a chase down block. But the little things he's forgetting for, and his body language is terrible, and it filters off to the team. You need someone like a Kyrie you're not going to get right now, or a coach who's able to harbor that in and let them play. I like the Lakers team. Lakers have a good team.
Yeah, and to be fair to the players on the team and the coach organization, they just keep running into Denver. You know what I mean? Like, they just that's really the issue. They're not better than Denver. They're not, like you said, they're not a bad team.
Yeah.
They're just not better than Denver.
But they're running into Denver with 12, 19, 14, 8-point leads and blowing them.
Yeah.
Okay, coaching is going to play a part in that, but a lot of times these he has a podcast in which he's cerebral and he's seeing things, and we give him the credit that he's this all worldly smart man, which he is. Basketball wise, I don't know of anyone more of a savant than he is playing right now. And taking out of athleticism, if you see these things, coming forehand because you know the plays and all these other things, why are you still making god awful mistakes on the court? I think he needs to be moved. I think that team should get what they could for him and then allow that team to grow as they have good players. They have Austin Reeves, they have D'Lo. I like that team.
Let me ask you this, because like P said, you've been pretty consistent as far as wanting to see the Lakers move away from LeBron.
Right.
Now, they've been pretty consistent as far as wanting to keep him. Now, in that case, hey, you're stuck with LeBron. What's the solution for them in that case? Because they're not going to get rid of him. Let's just say that. Hey, they're not going to walk away from him
Unless he walks.
Unless he walks. And if he stays, hey, what's the solution?
I mean, there's a good chance he might be bringing baggage on top of that.
Yeah, because he could be forcing their hands in the draft.
The solution is to run it back and to get the same result you had the previous 2 years. I don't see anything changing.
If the Lakers resign themselves to keeping LeBron James,
right.
resign themselves to keeping LeBron James, can they empower the new coach to have a different type of relationship with him as opposed to what Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham had? I felt like both of those coaches weren't empowered to a point where they knew who was in charge. Like, hey, if LeBron asked for a call to be made or whatnot, 9 times out of 10 the call was going to be made his way. And the coaches had no empowerment to say, no, we're doing it this way, sit your behind down. As opposed to when he was like in Miami, where, hey, he complained about Eric Spoelstra, and he even went to Pat Riley and management about Eric Spoelstra and asked him to get rid of him. And Pat Riley and management said, no, Eric Spoelstra's the coach, you're stuck with him, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, but Vogel won.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know exactly what goes in the locker room. Obviously, he has carte blanche on any franchise he goes to. He's LeBron James. We get that. But I don't know. Maybe Darvin Ham did rail against LeBron and said, no, we're doing it this way, and that's why he's going. I don't know. You know what I mean? But, this idea that they're losing because the coach can't say no to LeBron, no, they're losing because they're not better than Denver. Because if Vogel, I don't know, let's say Vogel overrided him and won, and then he got rid of him, that could be true. Or Vogel could have listened to everything LeBron said and won, and he still got let go. So I don't know, but I don't think coaching is the main problem. I know I'm you think coaching is more important than I do, but I do think coaching is somewhat important. But I don't think that's the biggest issue here.
Okay. We're gonna get off the Lakers for a minute and go to the other LA team that was eliminated last night, the LA Clippers. They'll be in a new building next year, their own building for the first time in their franchise history. They're still one of only 5 franchises in NBA history that's never made an appearance in the finals. Where do they go next? You have Paul George with a player option for next year. A lot of people think that he's going to turn that down and enter the free agent market. Ty Lue is supposedly being courted by the Lakers. Where does this franchise go from here? You have James Harden, I think, on the last year on his deal. I think he becomes a restricted free agent after next year. Does this team need to make any major changes?
I mean, you named 2 people and left out one guy.
Who's
I
that?
think that's the main reason why this team is lacking. It's Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
I mean, you can't trust him. If I was Paul George, I would look to leave. You're not going to win anything unless you like being home and like making a ton of money, because Ballmer will pay you. He needs stars going to that new building, so he will open up the coffers for you to stay. But the plans of a big 3 are, I mean, I'm to the point where I think Kawhi needs to retire.
It's such a messy situation that, Hill, you might be right, but Kawhi is also the only one that could lead him to a championship.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, I'm not projecting or whatever, but Paul George and James Harden have not done it. Not saying they can't or whatever, they just haven't. That's a fact. Kawhi has, but you can't depend on Kawhi. So it's kind of like you're stuck. Do you go with the person that could actually, for a fact that could take you to a championship, but his availability is always in question, or you go to Paul George and James Harden, who's usually available, but their track record says they can't lead you there. Yeah. And it's really bad because I think Paul George and James Harden would be an excellent number 2 and number 3, but the number 1, as we saw in these playoffs, just wasn't there.
And I might be dating myself with this, but does this give you guys feels or flashbacks of Larry Bird with his back injuries toward the latter half of his career, where, hey, you knew the talent of Larry and that Larry could get you there, but it's just like, hey, his back injuries was just so debilitating. Even by the time he got to the Dream Team, he was a shell of himself.
The only reason I say no, because I recall Bird playing.
Yeah.
He was playing hurt, but he was playing. Kawhi's not playing. And I hate to try to gauge somebody's pain threshold and everything. I don't know. Maybe he really can't go. Maybe he can't. There's no way of knowing, but
he ain't out there.
He's not out there. And that's the bottom line. Hell, you summed it up. He ain't out there. So what am I? I think it's a business. It's it's basketball. You want to win. Why are you on my roster?
Wow.
Other than what you you're on my roster. I'm gonna answer my own question. You're on a roster because of what you're capable of, but you're not available to do it. So what's the point? So.
But P nails it. Where do you go outside of Kawhi though?
Yeah.
Like a healthy Kawhi that's a championship worthy team. What is that though? What is a healthy Kawhi?
Right. And at this age, to me, everyone is, I'll pick up a phone call for whoever. Kawhi, Paul George, Harden.
Wow.
I mean, because what are you going to do, run it back? What you do? For what?
What are you going to that new arena with, though?
That's why I got to pick up the call. But, you're going in with Harden because
Definitely.
he has one more year. So
Right.
This screams trade deadline all over it. Like a team next year who needs one piece. James Harden will be expiring contract. Take a flyer on James Harden. So I think you could deal him next year during the season. Paul George is a tough decision.
Where do you get equal value? Where in the league? I mean, it's pretty much like the housing market right now. Like it's pretty thin on the talent that's going to level up to what you want back. You're going to take less. Smaller pieces, smaller acquisitions that maybe could add up to what you would want. I'm thinking of and I don't even know if, like, people are thinking now, like, pillaging the Knicks. You know what I mean? They feel like they have assets. I don't. Like, I think a call for Paul George or Kevin Durant, you make it within a heartbeat. But people are saying it's not worth the sum of a whole. You know what I mean? They don't want to get rid of OG and a Hart and maybe a Dante. You know what I mean? For a Kevin Durant or a Paul George. And I'm not a Knicks fan, but to them, you're teetering on the lines of no-brainer. Now they're feeling like I can get a lesser thing of a Durant to pair up with a Jalen Brunson, and I'll be fine. Like, I don't know what the haul is or the call is for Donovan Mitchell. Like, GMs aren't dumb either. They would want something sexy for Donovan Mitchell as well, too, and it has the lines of the Knicks. It's hard. It's weird to say that their core 3 tradable assets, I don't think they want to let go of a DiVincenzo, Hart, and OG Anunoby. And no one wants Randall.
And I think that's the direction the Clippers may have to go in, is where you trade one of your superstars for 2 or 3 really good players or role players, so-called role players. You know, as we just seen in this first round, because the so-called big 3 ain't working.
No,
for nobody.
I'm just looking at where you can pillage.
And Clippers, arguably, just by resumes, they had 3 or 4 guys that are arguably going to be Hall of Famers.
And the issue is none of them are in their prime. I think they all past their prime.
Way past. Yeah. I would say way past.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I mean? It looks if this was a video game, they would have a really good shot. You know what I mean? This was like an all-time team. You just pick your plays in their prime.
Let's talk about another team out in the West that's going fishing, the Phoenix Suns. You mentioned Kevin Durant, and I believe there's rumors out there about Frank Vogel losing the job. Did he lose the job yet?
He's still coaching.
He's still coaching. He's still the coach. But there's rumors that seat is hot under his.
I mean, if I was him, please. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I mean, why though? Again, like, is it
because he made the trade for Kevin Durant?
I'm about to say James Jones. Yeah, like I can understand him being on the hot seat.
And also realize because Kevin Durant has never been unlocked. His potential has never been unlocked really by any team, and
he says he didn't like the way
able to do it. Here.
Allegedly, how the offense was set up in Phoenix, how he was, he had to play on the wing or some other stuff.
Yeah, but James Jones said no teams unlocked Kevin Durant before, you know, as far as unlocking his offensive potential, you know.
So James Jones didn't watch those.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just saying.
He's been unlocked everywhere he's going.
I'm just telling you what.
I think Phoenix is probably the place where he's been pretty much
locked in.
Yeah, they're in the same situation as the Clippers, more or less.
Maybe worse.
I think
Bill has a no trade clause. So
poison pill.
So that's tough.
Poison pill.
That's the main one I would want to get rid of. Frankly, I'm a Devin Booker fan. I think you try to keep him and build around him some way, somehow. That's the issue. I don't know how you do it, but you have Devin Booker, so you have something to build on.
Now, there was talks about possibly bringing back Chris Paul.
For what?
For a point guard that they need, or desperately.
Because he did such a good job at Golden State. Like, well, he's done. I mean, Chris, great career. Well, good career, very good career. He's done. Like, we're just talking about Westbrook, Paul George, and these guys. He's past his prime. Come on, what are we doing?
I mean,
This is not a
you
video
don't need
game.
you don't need him to be a superstar in
He
Phoenix.
can't be a superstar. He can't be a superstar Central Ave at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, you have parts you don't need Beal. Like Booker is Beal. Whatever you get from Beal, Booker gives you.
Okay.
So Beal's useless.
Yeah, and
It's like not even forget being good. He's just not needed. Like you can put that for a McDaniels or a Covington.
Yeah,
Like you need.
What's the kid from Duke? He got hurt.
Grayson Allen?
Grayson Allen, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Like, to me, Grayson Allen at this point might be better than Bradley Beal.
Gordon. I mean, you got more production from those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just going about production. If you say Bradley Beal's nicer than him, all right. But production-wise,
Yeah,
Grayson Allen shoots, I think he's like the 3-point field goal percentage leader. So
Yeah.
So he gives you something. I know when KD and Booker double team kick it out to him, he'll keep the defense honest. What is Bradley Beal doing to help my team?
Nothing.
yeah. And to you guys' point, he had a terrible playoffs with Phoenix.
Terrible season.
Yeah.
So it just continued. That's what it is,
Is there anything that they can do?
Draft pick wise, definitely not.
They don't
Trade
have it.
wise, I'm almost sure not.
Would you, if you were Phoenix, would you be considering trading Kevin Durant?
Absolutely. That might be your only move after you go to Bradley Beal and ask him what team do you want to go to.
I would try to get them together as a package. I know that would strap you. I would somehow attach Beal to Durant. If you're gonna get rid of Durant, I would find a way that you take them both. Here's Kevin Durant. We'll make the salaries match up some way. I don't know, $100 million some way somehow you would have to match up.
That's a little.
But I would try to 3-team, 4-team deal.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you probably could do with certain teams, but why would they do it? Like the Clippers might could do it, but why would they?
I mean,
Wow.
Sacramento,
Yeah,
Keegan Murray.
There's
Monk.
teams like Sacramento, OKC who have good young players.
Pieces.
That
You need 4 teams.
but why would they do it?
It doesn't make any
That's
sense.
the only
Yeah.
thing. They could, but like in OKC, that's one of the best GMs in the game. I don't see him.
And that's why I think it would be really impossible to put them both together. Let's go out east. I want to start with Milwaukee Bucks. They were the number 3 seed out east. Lost to the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, the built-in excuses right now are that Giannis was hurt and unavailable. Dame eventually became injured. It was not quite 100%. Do we think that they need to make any more coaching moves? Because
Fascination with coaching.
Because hey, this is a team that was 31-13 at one point in the season. I believe at that point they were number 1 in the East and whatnot.
Right.
And they fired their coach and hired Doc Rivers.
That was stupid.
And then they slipped from number 1 to number 3.
Right.
They got Dame Lillard in between that, and I mean,
All right, look, this is quick. This is quick for me. First of all, Dame was
Get healthy.
injured, Giannis was injured, Middleton was injured, so you have to take that into account.
okay,
Now, as far as the coaching, first of all, you had a coach that won you a championship and you fired him. That was dumb in my opinion. Like that, how's that working out for you?
it was.
So then you have the replacement, Adrian Griffin, who had you like second in the East. But because your defensive rating was wherever, that's the excuse they gave me. They got fired, and then now you have to work. I don't know. No one cares what your defensive rating is now. Your record got worse, which now, come to find out, was pretty important. So a coach, they should have never made a coaching change from Coach Bud, in my opinion. So I just think this is the basketball god saying, "What the hell is y'all doing?"
Wow. So you would stay with Doc?
No, absolutely. I never would. We did this already. I would have never got him. I would have never got him.
Now, are there any player moves that they need to make or consider in Milwaukee.
They have Dame and Giannis. They just need to get healthy.
Okay.
This whole stacking with top 20 talent, you have two. You're gifted in this league.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks have just developed one. Arguably, Randall, I will argue to the day end, so no. But the Knicks have one.
Yeah.
Look at their success. Yeah. They have to have Giannis and Dame Lillard. They just need to get healthy. If they can't produce, then it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm a Dame guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward to this. Like if Dame and Giannis was healthy, they came on short. It's like, okay, Dame, you're just not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even say that because he didn't have Giannis the whole time. I like the team. Like I like Lopez. I like Middleton, Bobby Portis. They have their flaws, but I think it's a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
But we just didn't get to see them whole.
Okay. All right. Let's go back. Stay out east. The last team going fishing. Miami. There's talks or rumors out there saying that Jimmy Butler has requested a max extension. We know that the coach is pretty solid in Miami.
Very solid. I don't think pretty solid. If you want to talk coaching, you probably start there. He's almost immaculate.
Now that's the guy I give credit to. No question. I give credit to.
Yeah, Miami teeters on the lines of not having any talent.
I give him.
That's with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And Bam.
And Bam. Oh, yeah, I don't have. Listen. Bam is fringe for me. I don't know how you judge Bam, but
I think he's a good player. I think Bam's a good player.
I'll take solid, good, anywhere in that area. But he's at the top of the list for the Miami Heat. Like I have Jimmy Butler is good. I think Miami's just a floor basketball team who has an immaculate coach. They have subpar talent to me. Jaquez, I don't think is good. Tyler Hero is spotty at best.
Robinson.
And Duncan Robinson is, to me, a sniper. And that's it, period.
Yeah, they're sort of like the Knicks when I think about it. Like, they're not the most talented team in the world. It's cool what it is. But as a cohesive unit,
they make it work.
They win games, but it's
ugly to watch.
They're not going to overwhelm you with their talent.
Yeah, it's really ugly to watch. You have to be a fan.
Hey guys, let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think the teams that have gone fishing should be doing to improve for next year's season? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Also, you can hit us directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Fellas, Western Conference is pretty all locked up as far as who's going to the semifinals in the playoffs. We have Minnesota versus the Denver Nuggets.
Yikes.
That's going to be this evening.
Oh, so it's tonight?
Yeah. I got the old guard in Denver who knows how the experience of winning the championship, defending their championship, ready to take the next step. Or do we have the young bull in Minnesota and Edwards? Do we think he's ready to take that next step forward and add to his resume, which has been growing recently, especially with his performance in the playoffs thus far?
Denver has the 2?
No.
Minnesota has the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So is that Minnesota? I'm picking Minnesota for the series. I picked Denver to win it all. The whole thing. I'm going for Minnesota.
What's changed your mind?
Anthony Edwards.
More like who, right?
Anthony Edwards. That's who's done it.
You believe? You think
Denver has the best team hands down? To me, that's left. Depending on how healthy the unicorn is. If he's not healthy, I'm gonna go with Denver throughout.
Okay.
They should win it, but I'm rooting for Minnesota to win it.
Do we know the status of Jamal Murray? I know he is dealing with injuries from the last series.
He's a gamer.
I think he was hurt when he hit the game winner.
Both.
You know, so he's hurt, but I think he'll play. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
He's hurt, but I think he'll play.
Now, Minnesota, it's going to be a match of best. Minnesota right now has the best team defense, I believe.
And they're tall. They're tall.
In the NBA. And Denver has the best offensive efficiency, team efficiency in the NBA. Do you think Minnesota's length and height and defense is going to pose any issues for Denver?
Jaden Porter has to win that matchup. KCP has to destroy that matchup. And Jamal Murray and Mike, if Jamal is going to give you 18, Mike gives you 11, I can see Minnesota winning. Cat has to take Aaron Gordon and help out on Joke because Rudy's big enough not to get pummeled. Like, AD is just not strong enough. You know what I mean? Rudy is big enough, tall enough to pose a threat to Joker. So Joker's going to have to take him off the dribble and get fouls that way. I think he's going to make him be a little bit more mobile. And Rudy's prone to getting two, like, within the first 2 minutes of a game. You know what I mean? So I like Minnesota's bench. I like their length. And I love Anthony Edwards. This is a good matchup. Probably one of the best in the second round.
Okay. Before we go any further, I want to give our fans a little scoring update,
Transparency.
Standings update. So far in the playoffs, our predictions, where we at. We got P 6-2.
Impressive.
He got caught up in the hype with Phoenix and Milwaukee, but we gonna forgive him for that. You know what I mean? It's all right. Then we got Hill 7-1. Got caught up with the LA glitz and glamour.
Sorry, Kyrie.
It's all right. Kyrie, I thought he was a fan. I thought he was one of your biggest fans. I don't know what happened. When it came to predictions.
Believe in Kawhi. It's over now. I won't ever do it again.
See? Kyrie, I believed. And, of course, you got your main man, Mo. 8-0. All right?
Oh,
Perfect. Perfection. Yeah. Just putting it out there right now.
Second round should be hard enough.
Yeah. Second round, Minnesota versus Denver. You say you got Minnesota. How many games does it go?
The Wolves in 6.
Wolves in 6. P.
This whole time, man, I'm listening to you guys try to sway. I think the Wolves are the best matchup for the Nuggets in the league.
It
Looking
just
at
might be.
Gobert and Cat.
Yeah, this might be.
This might be like the last stand. I don't see no other team beating them.
No.
I'm going traditional. I'm just going to Nuggets. I just feel,
It's my choice.
The Wolves are young, and I'm going with the Nuggets experience. Usually, it just doesn't happen that quick. You know what I mean? Like you need to have some heartbreak first before you punch through. Obviously, someone forgot to tell Anthony Edwards last round, but I'm gonna go with the Nuggets in 7, like a Jamal Murray buzzer beater.
I like that.
P, you must be a mind reader because I'm going Nuggets in 7 as well. I think the maturity of the Nuggets, the experience of having been there, done that, will persevere. I think this is a totally different animal than the Phoenix Suns. I think the Phoenix Suns didn't pose as big of an offensive challenge as the Denver Nuggets will, especially with the way they run their offense through Joker. I think this is going to be a challenging matchup for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, staying in the Western Conference.
No one even touched on New Orleans going fishing. I don't blame y'all. So staying in the Western Conference. OKC.
We don't know what they're going to do, and frankly, we don't care.
Billy Green, good coach.
Good coach, yeah, I think so.
New Orleans versus
I didn't even think about that, to be honest. It didn't cross my mind.
Where was it? 16 teams, right?
OKC versus Dallas.
Right.
Both teams, Dallas is looking for a ticket back to the Western Conference Finals. Last time they went was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. No, 22. 22, right? Kyrie and Luka seem to have figured it out, and they seem to have the right role players in the right places in Dallas. SGA is cooking in OKC. Youngest team in the league right now in the playoffs. Chet's coming coming to his own. I think if Chet had played last year which was his true rookie year last year, he would have been rookie of the year 9 times out of 10. What do we think about the matchup, OKC versus Dallas?
I love these playoffs.
Perfect.
The Wolves Nuggets is going to be a great series,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this will be just as great. Mavs Thunder. I've said it over and over on the show how big of a Kyrie, Luka Doncic fan I am. But SGA is probably like him and Wemby is probably like my favorite place just to watch play basketball. Anthony Edwards is climbing the charts, obviously, but so a big SGA fan. That being said, I think they're just too short. I got the Mavs in 6.
Okay, Hill?
Yeah, I'm taking the Mavs. I'm going to go 7 games for the Mavs. I think they're a complete team now. And a battle with the draft, right? Same draft. Luka, Shea, right?
Yeah.
Some GMs got some explaining to do.
Michael Porter,
Yeah.
DiVincenzo,
It was a very good draft.
and number 33 pick, Jalen Brunson.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's that draft. A lot of people got it wrong and right.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
8-1?
8-1, Bagley 2.
Bagley 2. Bagley. Trade 8-6.
Trade 6, yeah.
Shea 11-10, somewhere down there.
Yeah. How
Charlotte?
that happens, I don't know.
Charlotte Hornets?
Did they trade
I
him?
think Charlotte.
Yeah, because Clippers had like 2 back-to-back picks.
Charlotte Hornets.
To remember, they passed on Michael Porter Jr. twice.
Shea Gilgeous, Charlotte Hornets.
Wow.
Right.
Oof. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Clippers might want to hold on to that
Shea
guy.
Gilgeous.
Might have been.
For the
might have been
time, we'll get back. For the time,
No, I'm a Paul George fan, so I was
Paul
with it
George,
at the time. But hindsight, it is 2020.
That draft ain't really pan out that bad when you think about it. DiVincenzo. I think you had 3 Villanova players before Jalen Brunson.
I mean,
Yeah.
Which is wild. I Luka, Kyrie playing the way he's playing, and there's sums. I mean, they're low key stacked.
Okay. I got Dallas in 7.
Okay.
I think with Kyrie and Luka's experience so far, and I'm trusting Kyrie more so to bring that experience, that championship experience, as far as know what it takes, what type of attention to detail, what type of effort you have to continuously put out in order to take this journey. So counting on that being a factor. And OKC, you're almost there, but not yet. Not yet. Just not big enough yet.
I think you should put some more faith in Luka too. That's his team.
Definitely.
I think because unless you're banking on the whole season of being together, like they didn't make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Both of them with Kyrie's knowledge and everything like that. So I mean, this is pretty much. I think more so they have a good team. I don't think they had a good team last year. Like, these additions helped them get to where they are.
And I definitely give you that and whatnot. And I think that Luka and all the additions like to your Gafford and PJ Washington and Lively have been a major part of the equation on why they're in the semifinals. But I think also part of it too, and you saw it in the game last night. Like they had a 12. I'd say it was between 12 and 14-point lead at one point in the fourth quarter, and it's like 4 minutes left to go. And you see them kind of letting off on the gas a little bit. And Kyrie brings them up together like, no, hey, we got to keep it up. Keep up the pressure. And just those moments, like, hey, before he got there, those moments weren't being – there was nobody in the leadership. Luka wasn't saying, hey, come on, guys, let's keep up the energy. It was, we're all right, we're cool, we're all right. Nobody was speaking up and saying, oh, hey, let's keep up the energy. No, let's not let up now. And you saw Kyrie actually saying that and doing that in the
And I think that goes to the points that we always argue. And I think it's even more now of an indictment of LeBron James. Like I think now it's just Joe Schmo, get me there. I am your closer. I'm your ultimate closer. Kyrie is that guy. So now if you give me Luka and you need it close and you give me the ball within the last 3 minutes, I'm going to take you home. That's what Kyrie does. He's a closer. He didn't give you that block shot, but he gave you that three.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's the guy you're going to depend on. And now,
but to be fair to LeBron and Luka, like you just forced me to do, hey, you need somebody to get you there. All right. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference semifinals. First one up, New York versus Indiana. I think both teams got that chip on their shoulder of, hey, I don't think anybody really expected them to be here at this point.
right?
New York's, especially with New York, with dealing with the loss of Julius Randle. I know many New York Knicks fans feel like he's a major.
Oh, it's a loss to them. Also, I'm with you. I don't find it as a loss whatsoever. I'm with you. I'm with you. But
I'm like,
to be fair,
who am I talking to right now? You almost lost me right there.
All they did was All-Star.
Yeah, no, and a hefty one. We double, right?
All NBA.
I mean, that's what they tell me, hell. I didn't
Something
see.
in 9.
I thought it was addition by
27
subtraction.
and 9, double, close enough.
Round up.
I thought it was addition.
Yeah, no, that production you need, but to me,
addition by subtraction.
but that team flows perfectly without going to that black hole.
Yeah.
He suffocates the ball. He is pretty much an Embiid situation, holding it, stagnating the offense. Late play drive, move, bad shot by Brunson late in the end, bad shot by Hart. Now everyone touches the ball. It's flowing. You're coming off of picks, rolls, weaves. It's flow. Hartenstein in the paint. He's starting to give you a little flow to everyone's touching it. OG, it's just free basketball. For me, selfishly, and the league, I need the Knicks to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I need. I'm picking Indiana. But I need them to go.
P.
Well, Indiana is 6, so I go with P.
Wow.
Siakam was balling, man. Siakam, this is tough. I'm going to go Knicks in 7. It's the same situation. I think the Pacers actually have more talent, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. But the Knicks are showing me like there's such a cohesive unit they can overcome that. And I think they do it one more time in this series against the Pacers.
And I think they're going to clean up better on the pace on the boards.
Yeah, I question the Pacers. How do we say rebounding?
Yeah. They're going to get killed on the boards, personally.
Yeah. It's the Knicks. It's more. It's not even talent. Like, this is the first time I'm not even talking about talent. I just think they're just a more cohesive unit. I think they'll pull it off.
Yeah, this is a hard series for me to pick. And I think if there ever comes a chink in my armor, this is going to be the series that creates it. I'm concerned because I don't like Indiana's defense and their rebounding. I think they can get killed on the boards. It's just hard to pick the.
This is like the last minute thing.
Oh my goodness.
Indiana's more talented. Knicks a better team.
Yeah,
you might have summed it up. Yeah,
Knicks is just a better team.
And that's what I'm having problems with.
Knicks a better team. I mean,
like
I'm
I
going
feel
for
like Indiana should.
If you want me to put money on it, I would say Knicks in 5.
I saw Siakam putting up 40 pieces.
Absolutely. I would say Knicks in 5 games if I had to put money on it. But I'm going Indiana.
What say you, Mo?
Top to bottom, it's just a better squad.
Oh my God,
What was leave room for injury?
Jeez. Shit. Oh gosh, I feel a little sick in my stomach right now. Knicks in 7. Oh gosh.
It worked last round.
Hey, I said Knicks in 6 last time. We still got a first round series in play. Looks like Cleveland and Orlando's going to Game 7. That's tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, tomorrow at 1.
Who you guys got? I think I picked Cleveland.
They're home. They should win.
I think we all had Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Hats off to Paolo.
Yeah, Paolo, with the rise of all these young stars, he's kind of being overshadowed a bit, but Paolo's balling, man. He's balling. He's going to be. He is a good one. He's not going to be. He is a good one. Just a matter of how good he's going to become.
Hey guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think of the playoffs so far. Who do you guys have in the semifinals in the Western Conference? Minnesota versus the Nuggets. Majority of us have the Nuggets with Hill taking the Minnesota Timberwolves. Do you agree with us, me and P, or do you agree with Hill? For Thunder versus Dallas, we all have Dallas in 7 or 6. I think Hill.
I had Dallas in 6.
Dallas in 7.5.
Okay. For the Eastern Conference, me and P got New York in 7. Hill has Indiana in 6. And Cleveland versus Orlando, we waiting for that to finish up. We all picked Cleveland to win that. And I believe we'll probably have Boston in that semifinal matchup, no matter who wins.
Yeah, I'll probably give Boston 5. Orlando, I would say Boston in 6.
I say Boston in 6 either way. My thing is, I worry about Boston. As I like to say, they always like to play with their food, and that's why Miami got one last series. Miami should have been swept. Mm-hmm. There should have been no reason why you had to play 5 games. So, hey, whatchamacallit?